She saved my snap in chat. Kidding me? She saved my snap in chat. She saved my snap in chat. Oh my god. Me? Hey everybody, my name is Braden. I'm just kidding. That's just how I do my intro, because I'm a YouTuber and stuff. Pulled pork. I got chocolate milk. And I got ketchup and soft shells. The guy from Teen Wolf, Peter Hale, a company agent. Hey everybody, my name is Braden. Hey ladies, and rough guys and gentle dudes. Sorry, I'm trying to make it way too weird. Gentlemen. I just like saying rough because that's how I fuck. I got McDonald's today. And about this, like, look at, what were they doing? Trying to peek inside my food? What's going on here? And right here, a little bit of a rip. Like they really got in here, didn't they? That's how I feel about that. I just got 2 McChickens and some fries. It's actually my meal. They didn't have any shakes, so I would have got a shake, probably 2. But this was only $16 with the delivery fee and stuff. Got this big bottle of ketchup today from the store. So I got people saying, it seems like you're just drifting. And I'm not mad, but I am upset if that's how I've been presenting myself. But I know it's not, to be honest. But maybe these people, they're just filling in the gaps with what they see, like me, right here, right now, in a hotel room. So let me explain a little bit, like, how I know I'm not drifting. I don't know how else to say it. Like, to me, it's obvious. Do I even have to say it's obvious? Do y'all think these are gonna be plain or not? Cool. They are good. Like drifting where? Into some kind of purpose? Like working a factory job for the rest of my life? Like what do you mean drifting? I guess it just kind of confuses me. I don't think you really know what you mean. Maybe that's how you feel in life. I'm really not trying to attack anybody at all. But like, then you see me and you see all these little clips like, oh, he moved from this location to that location, like Iowa to Boston. So that's what he's doing. Like he doesn't really have a plan or anything like that, but it's like, here's the reality of the situation, everybody. I am 19 years old. I am halfway through the year and being 19 years old. Over that. So with that, I really want to eat this. This looks so freaking good. That's why I got 2. I got people talking about my family. I just talked to my siblings. I talk to my siblings every day, honestly. I just talked to the ones that I missed the most, though, the other day. Don't talk to your family. Boy, don't worry about it, to be honest. I have my own family now. I'm creating it. I don't need my parents. They abused and neglected me. Just being real about it. Whether you want to take accountability for that or not, I don't care. There's no reason to control a narrative because I'm not part of their life anymore, right? What, maybe I'm just lying for attention? Okay, if that's the case, who cares? Like, literally, who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm just posting it on YouTube, right? You're affecting their lives. Why would I be affecting their lives if I'm lying? See, you're just like trying so hard to not take accountability. Or to just like, maybe you experience bad things. So you're like, oh yeah, he can tough it out. Okay. I just don't really know what to do with all that. I really gotta eat this before it gets cold. I really want to say I'm not upset, because I'm not. I don't think it's crazy to be drifting at 19 years old, if I was. I think it's crazy to try to force that narrative onto me, though, if you don't know. And like I said, I'm really not trying to be mean. Then why assume it? Why not try to go and get more information on it and see really who this guy is? Because I'll just tell you. Since I turned 18, like 2 Januaries ago now, I've always wanted to pay rent, okay? Like $50 a month. Is that crazy? Is that crazy for an 18-year-old to do with no job? To offer that? To want to pay that? That's what I wanted to do. But during that time, my dad was still actively buying me cartridges for THC. I don't know how else to tell you if you don't know that slang term. A cart, a dispo. He was buying them, okay? I'm not mad at my father. I don't talk much shit about my father, in my opinion, as compared to my mom on my channel. But at the same time, my dad forced me to drop out of high school. He refused to sign me up for senior year or sign me up at his hometown school. Like, I don't have my license, so he would have had to drove me to the alternative school, 15 minutes away from where we lived in town. So he didn't want to do that, so he opted in refusing to sign me up. I think after a few months, the school called him, because it's illegal, I'm pretty sure, to not go to school, at least where I am. The school called him, and I feel like he told the school I refused and wanted to drop out. Because I told him that, I'm like, you can't tell them that, because that's not what happened. You're the one refusing to sign me up. And he just kind of goes silent, like stone-faced silent. Like, where he's just like, yeah, that's true. I can't do that, but I did it. So, okay. So we moved past that, okay? Like I was really upset about it. My sister be like, she's like a few grades younger than me, or whatever, like at the time. She's like studying, like a grade I've already been through, right? And she's like, oh, I'm like, I can help you with your homework one time. I was in the kitchen making dinner. She's like, you dropped out of high school. Like, okay, and? I still did that grade. I still completed it. Like, what? Why did I mention that? Maybe just give you a perspective into my home life. Like, that is crazy that I was treated that way, is it not? Because it wasn't even my choice. And then, okay, say this, like, it is my choice, right? I could have probably advocated better. I could have, like, called the police or called the school and been like, hey, my dad's not signing me up, but he's buying me carts every week. He's buying me 1 cart a week. Do you know how freaking good that is? Like, passive income is how I see it. I don't know what else to say. So that was happening. We lived in a small town, Minong. There's not a lot of places to work there. I tried my best. So eventually, like, I had been applying all the places I could in Minong. I went to Spooner to live with my grandma. And Spooner's like just a bit bigger, elementary, middle, and high school, rather than just one big school. And this is the school I grew up in. So it's like 400 kids per grade, or 400 people per school, whatever it is. So that was my school population. Like, right now, I'm in a city with 90,000 people. And I did not grow up in this, like, a city like that big. Does that make sense? We didn't have a Walmart city where I lived. We'd have to go drive 30 minutes to the Walmart town. Holy, just get to this story. So I'm living with my grandma. I'm working in Spooner. I get a job. That's why I moved there. My dad said he's going to be able to provide transportation. They drove me a few days, and then I guess my dad talked to my grandma. He talked her into letting me stay with her for this summer. I have a $1,500 bed. I was staying there for 6 months. I had to sleep on this. Do you know how uncomfortable 2 mattresses on top of each other are? That's like not healthy, I'm pretty sure. But that was my bed. On this, it was like a day bed. Years old mattresses. I have a $1,500 bed just rotting in the basement of my house my dad's house, while I'm at my grandma's. Isn't that crazy? That's just what I think. Like, we definitely could have brought my bed in there for 6 months, okay? And we could have put the sun bed in the basement. I think that would have made a lot more sense. I would have done all the moving, like all the work, but they just wouldn't let me do that. There wouldn't be room. There wouldn't be room there. What are you talking about? Like I have a big queen bed and my grandma was complaining about like where she put her bike and stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. Like she didn't even want me there, so I didn't even want to be there. Because like it was just so, I don't even know how to describe it. Like toxic, is that the word? I don't want to be an asshole because she's a grandma. Like you're supposed to like love, and your grandmas are supposed to be really nice to you. But like she was an asshole. Like she was so mean, so cynical. I don't know how else to say it. Like I'd get into the car after work and she would just like riff on everything. Like she'd ask me a question like how was your day? I'm like, it was pretty good. I did pretty good. It was long though. I did all the work. And she's like, I doubt it, or just something crazy like that. Like I literally cannot reference anything, which I feel so bad for because it's like, oh, I'm just shit talking this person, but no, everything. In the kitchen, she would talk to herself. I have videos on my Snapchat of her just talking to herself, just in the kitchen, like just whispering demonic sayings. And she's like super Christian and shit, so it's like I'm not trying to poke at your religion when I say that. Like literally, it seems like she was like pretending to be possessed by a demon. Because like, what are you doing? I asked her, I said, are you autistic? Because like why are you this way? During the Packer games and stuff, she would just scream and shout, and it's like, you're telling me if I'm not in this building right now, in this triplex you live in, you're not gonna be screaming? Like if I'm not in there, you're still going to be screaming and cheering for the Packers all by yourself? Hell no, she's not doing that shit. Nobody is. She's just doing it to get a reaction out of me. I'm not saying like, oh, she's trying to make me mad. I think she probably had a bad upbringing or something like that. She doesn't know how to talk to people or like genuinely communicate, or maybe just because her kids don't want to talk to her, or they were doing other stuff when they were growing up. I have no idea how they survived her when I think about it, because it's like the way she treated me, wow, there's no way I could do that for 18 years respectfully. Like I could try my hardest, but it's just like, what the hell am I so upset about? So yeah, it just sucked being there. So I got fired from Subway. I applied at Dollar General, worked there for a month. I quit. It's just how it is. Okay, why'd you quit your job with no like anything to fall back on? The boss just didn't fuck with her. Honestly, I thought I'd find another job like McDonald's. I was thinking about McDonald's a lot because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna live in Superior. I'm going to work at Hardee's. I might as well get into the fast food environment. It's like there's no reason I shouldn't want to work here. So I applied there. I had an interview there. They didn't call me back for a few days. They gave me 10 days. So what would have been January 16th? They're like 10 days until you figure it out. And like my aunt and uncle, and they came in there and they're like, you know, you have a warning. You have to get on in 10 days. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, you're not even trying. You burned every bridge you have in this town. I'm like, what? Like, what are we talking about? What are these analogies? You burned every bridge? Like me quitting my one job with, like, respectfully, with the boss with a superiority complex and cracked out teeth, me quitting that job. Like I burned every bridge? I don't think so. I got that job. Like I went in there and got it. So it's like, I'm saying I couldn't have burned the bridges because it's not like it came from Subway. Not even ask Subway why they fired me. It's probably because I didn't have transportation to work. So I missed a meeting that morning. I didn't know the meeting was happening until right before the meeting happened. So I could have called, but I didn't. So what am I saying there? Learn from that, so that way you don't lose your job. That's my advice to give. Just be a little more responsible and take action in your life, I think is just all I gotta say there. So for a few months I didn't have a job. McDonald's, my aunt and uncle, they're in the house. You burned every bridge. They're like you're not even trying, you're not even calling them. And it's like, I was trying. I'm still trying. I don't know what else to say. In front of them, like they were saying this, and I'm like, oh my God. What they're saying makes so much sense. Like I literally have no idea what I'm doing right now. Why am I not trying harder? I grabbed my phone, came out to them, called McDonald's, and I started talking to McDonald's. I wandered back into my room because it was one of my high school classmates And he's like, yeah, you should call back tomorrow. My manager's gonna be here from like 12 to 4 or something like that, he said. So I stopped talking to him. Like that was just like a 2-minute call. I walked out of my bedroom. They're gone. Didn't even hear the door shut. They're literally disappeared, like in the air. I'm like asked my grandma, I'm like, where'd they go? Like I was so confused. Like I needed more advice. like what do you mean? Like what were they gonna say next is what I'm intrigued to do. Like I did what they were saying I wasn't going to do. So I really wanted to find out what was next. That same night, like before I made the call, my aunt's like, are you on drugs? I'm like, what? I lifted up my eyes. I was kind of acting erratic, like moving around, because it's like, this is so insane. Like, what do you mean I'm not trying? Like, what? As opposed to what? Like, I want to pay rent. When I lived with my grandma, I wanted to pay rent. I wanted to pay my phone bill. I literally said that, and they're like, no, no, no. So I had $1,000 saved up from them 2 jobs I had over the summer. I had $1,000 saved up. So through fall and winter, I spent all that money to survive and provide for myself and buy myself food, because I would not expect my grandma to do that. But some nights, you know how I said my grandma would be so cynical? Well, when she would talk to herself in the kitchen and stuff, like the next day, she would obviously feel guilty, because she's like, oh, he doesn't do this. Well, fucking ask me to do it then, pussy. Because what the hell? And I know it's disrespectful to like call your grandma a pussy. I don't know what else to say. Like, you're a fucking human person, a real person, and you're just like talking to yourself, trying to give me like subliminal messages instead of just saying, hey, can you wash the dishes today? Oh, why didn't you wash the dishes for your grandma? Because I didn't have any dishes in there. She's dirtying fucking random shit for no reason, making herself beans at night for herself, like a full ass meal, and then getting mad when she cooks me food I don't like. Like, yeah, I've never liked chili my entire life, so it's not gonna change when you do it. I'll stop attacking. It's immature. 10 days later, 9 days later, I had a girl come over, fucked her. And then the next day, like my cousin messaged me, and he's like, hey, I have an opportunity lined up. You only have to pay $500 and you can stay with some of my friends. So my cousin lied, and he told his friends, he's like, yeah, he actually has $2,000 saved up. I don't know why you'd lie. I don't know why we're living in a world where we lie like that. Okay, I'm gonna start with the McChicken now, boy. My grandpa and my grandma aren't together. This is just my dad's side of the family. And my uncle drove me. Like, my uncle sat in the back with me. I don't know what they really thought they were doing there. Beef so fucking for real, honey, girl. Sat in the back with me. Like what? Like I was gonna strangle my grandpa and take over the truck or something? Like what was the motive there? I went live on TikTok and then got immediately banned. So what I think was, he saw me go live on TikTok and then like he like messaged his wife or something. I don't know. But yeah, I went live on TikTok that day. They were just arguing in the car. I'm like, you guys are literally retarded as fuck. Like stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like just verbally assaulting them. I don't know if I said you're literally retarded, but I'm like what you're doing is wrong. Like, I'm like asking my grandpa for advice how to join the army, and he's not even giving me an ounce of anything. Like, did you even join the army? Do you even know how to? He's like, well, you can go to a recruiting office and figure it out. Like, damn, don't you need money to like get in there? It's like, you're a successful man, I'm pretty sure. So as your grandson, instead of just bringing him to a homeless shelter, why not enlist him into the army if he's asking for a free ride there, pretty much, you know what I mean? When you've been like like my whole life at family reunions at Christmas and stuff, like, oh, you know, you could always join the military and be like a tech guy because I know how to switch the HDMI. They think I'm a computer whiz, you know what I mean? What I was really upset about was, like, I finally just got it off my chest because it's been sitting with me. I'm like, the way you treat Jason like a son, my uncle, the way you treat him like a son, and then leave my dad out to the side, it's fucking horrible because, like, my grandpa, he chose the house over them during the divorce. That was his decision, and he said it back to me like, they could have stayed with me anytime they want. Oh, be so fucking for real. In the 1990s? Hell no. No, that is not how custody works. And then also, like, they could have stayed with you whenever they wanted. You literally chose the house over full custody. That's like me saying I could stay with my mom whenever I wanted. Like, no. What if she would have raged out and hurt me again? Is how I feel in that situation. That was parallel. So I told my grandpa, I'm like, my mom cucked my dad. He's been cucked before, like, and you're doing it again to him with all this. Like, can you not see how all that's connected? Okay? Like, if he didn't choose him as a child and he's not choosing him as an adult now, like, dude, my dad probably feels worthless on some real shit. I'm sure he's building it up in his head, whatever. Like, he's still staying afloat. He's still supporting himself. He's not, like, suicidal. But realistically, he's married to a girl 11 years younger than him, 12 years older than me. He's a basketball coach when he had no interest in coaching basketball his entire life until my sister started inviting her friends over at a certain age. And then I got really into basketball, and I'm like, Dad, we need a basketball coach. And instead of coaching for me, he decided to keep coaching the little children. I just think it's weird that he had no interest his entire life. I don't think, like, being a coach means you're a good person or anything like that. Like, you're not supporting your community. It's nothing crazy, okay? It's you getting paid, and also it's something you want to do, okay? When I play, like, that's like saying, like, playing basketball for your high school basketball team is you helping your community out. You know, that's the movie type shit. That's not how it works. And I asked my dad his current dreams and stuff, and he's like, I want to be the best basketball coach ever. I'm like, I throw out so many fucking ideas at him, like parallels. I'm like, okay, if this has happened, like, I'm like, how would you do it? How would you get there? And he just never fucking answers, never fully gives me an answer. He doesn't know how he'd get there. That's drifting in your adulthood. He's like, oh, I used to like basketball, let me coach it now. But why the girls? Why not take a head coaching position for the boys in high school when you have that opportunity? Well, really, if we ask everybody in the world that, aren't they going to say, like, I'm taking that? Unless you like little girls, okay? So when I say don't talk shit about my dad, that's the one thing that's, like, morally wrong about him, and I don't like it. Sorry for diving into all that. My grandpa and my uncle, they bring me to a homeless shelter. I thought they were bringing me to rehab. I don't know why I thought that. Because the eye thing my aunt asked me about. It was just like, what is even going on? Like, why is all this happening? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect it. All I had was I had one suitcase, or one duffel bag, and I asked my grandpa, I looked him dead in the eye, and I'm like on my knees on the ground. I'm like, please, 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 even if I don't go to a homeless shelter, can I please keep this duffel bag? I have nothing else. I have literally nothing else, not even a backpack. But when I said nothing else, I meant, like, I have nothing in life, bro. That was the kind of call that it was, and I think he felt that. He's like, okay. You let me take it. My grandma gave me $20 out the door. This girl, Aviona from TikTok, I posted a TikTok. I'm like, I'm getting kicked out today in the caption, so like this video so it gets money, because that's how it works on TikTok, like qualified views and stuff. If it would have boosted the algorithm, it would have helped. It didn't make any money though. Like, it's really hard to make money on TikTok unless it just blows up, and then you can make like $50 off one video. And I don't know. It depends, really. Has to be over a minute too. Okay, but I had that TikTok. I knew what was happening. I took initiative. A situation, and probably most, if not every other 19-year-old in the entire world would have no idea what to do, would resort to prostitution or selling themselves online. Like I did. And I'm not ashamed of that, you know what I mean? Like, do you think Sydney Sweeney regrets Euphoria? Fuck no. If anything, it just helped me be more comfortable with my body, because right now, like, I already was. So I just wanted to show it off, and then I got more validation for that, and money. People are like, do this, just fold and do it. And it's like, I've already been doing it. And now my account is suspended for inactivity. So darn. I'll never post on OF again. So I don't know what part of the story I'm at, but I got out at a quick trip, okay? I'm listening to Iris right now. It's really hitting me. Excuse me. I want to message this girl and be like, wow, you sound like this song. I want to message the girl and be like, wow, you sound like this song. I got her a quick trip. I used my resources. I used my intellect. I wasn't drifting. I don't know. Like, I just didn't want to go to a homeless shelter. They were really like hyping it down. My grandpa, he's like, put your money in your sock, so they don't take it. It's like, shut up, boy. Racist. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it from me? Why would they do that? That'd just be weird. I was living in hotels. I was messaging my mom for the first time frequently in years. And she was being supportive, but was just manipulating me into some position. I feel like, where she could be like, oh yeah, because she was saying this. She was telling my family this, like my cousins. She was saying that she was paying for my hotel rooms. She paid for 1 or 2 out of 30 nights the first month. 2. And she sent me like $20 for breakfast one time. And when I got to Superior, she sent me $20 for food. I sent it back because at that point it's like, I'm done. Like, no way do I want anything from you. Like, look what I've done. She could see that I was supporting myself through YouTube and TikTok. So she wanted to like claim some of that. She wanted to be like, I'm still helping him or whatever. Whoever she had to say that to. It really upset me. So yeah, drifting because I moved from Iowa to Boston. I moved here for a girl, y'all. What do you want me to say? Like, I did. I moved here to be with a girl. I didn't move here for her. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna build my life around her. I'm like, this is what she's doing. She's not coming to me. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna make a move. I believe in this. I really think this is divine. I don't know how to describe it. Like, what we had, nobody else can ever encapsulate that. I don't think I'm crazy for that. I think a lot of people feel that way about their relationships. This is just what I'm saying. I wanted to go and do it. I wanted to get that girl and be with her and just have that connection of mutuality. I don't know how to describe it. And it didn't go my way. And that was literally okay. Like, that is perfectly fine. It's just timing and personal stuff. Like, she's probably going through a lot with her life changes. And it's just a big change, accepting me into her life. I don't really need to harp on it or talk about it. I'm just saying, I wanted to go to Boston because one day I'm going to own the Celtics. That's just a fact. Majority owner, part owner, whatever. Just like in the company, just like named on their Instagram. I don't know. Just part of it. Hardee's, I'm going to own the entire franchise. That's my goal. That's like what I want to do with my career pretty much, besides being a movie star. That's another one, being a movie star. This is how I know I'm not drifting. Because these are goals I've been building up throughout years. Like, what do you want to do with your life? I want to be an NBA star. Guys, that's not going to work out, okay? I'm 5'8". And stuff like that. Not like that's a problem. Could have been like Trae Young. I would have been better. Like, Trae Young and LeBron had a baby. And Jason Tatum is that baby. So, I don't need to be in the NBA. That's just some of the stuff I want to do to provide an answer to how I know I'm not drifting. But I am 19. This is the college years. This is where you find yourself and figure out what you want to do. You know what I mean? Establish your major and stuff like that. I'm not trying to say I'm a know-it-all or like, oh, I'm all smart. I'm smarter than everybody my age. But I have a lot of clarity. I know what I want. I just think I have it figured out like a year ago. I don't know, like, I wasn't expecting this. But like, I'm not stupid. Maybe I do lack common sense sometimes. Like, I don't know what ginger is off the top of my head, other than a spice. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't lack initiative. I want to work. I want to provide for myself. I would just be bored otherwise or feel useless. When I moved to Boston, I thought moving there would be a fresh start. Would be like, oh, I'm starting a new chapter, everybody. This is what it is. But I was forcing that into myself, and I didn't realize that until I got there. And nobody else is saying that. Everybody else is saying it's expensive, or that I will fall back, or that it's dangerous, or that I can come live with them in their 4-bedroom house in North Carolina or Florida or whatever you are. Like, no, those are not real responses. Okay, there's some people who are like respectful about it, but I like those comments. Because even though I miss Superior, my favorite city in the world besides Boston, because I'm really glad I went on the trip. I'm really glad I saw it. I was in the city. Like, I was next to a bunch of homeless people that were just like laying outside of the train station. I mean, the bus station. Never even got to ride the train. Like, I was not scared, okay? Like, I feel like I don't even need to say that. I just want to clarify, like, it just is what it is. Like, I was there. I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel anything. Not like, oh, I'm just numb. Like, oh my God, I'm so emo. It was just like, I'm here, now what? I know I could have probably gotten a job, established a routine, instead of falling back into my old one. But like that, I mean, falling back into my old one, I would have just been repeating. Like, I would have been grabbing it and putting it there. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I don't know how to say it. It just didn't feel like what I wanted to do. I mean, I applied at a bunch of places. But yeah. So I made a post saying, hey, I can't afford a hotel room, because realistically, after the next night, I wouldn't be able to afford that hotel room. So it's like, man, I just want to go back to where it was like half this price. That way it's 2 nights. That's how I'm thinking. Because I've done all this without a safety net, without a fallback plan, right? Like, where would I go after this? I have no idea. It'd be a homeless shelter or something like that, like people say. When the donations stop coming through, I don't know what the fuck I'd do. Like, it's really hard to think about. It's just a lot. Like, I don't know what to do with that thought I said the other day. Anyways, the emotional baggage follows you where you go. And I waited a week so I can sit with my emotions and like make sure I'm not overreacting to each comment. I can post multiple videos a day and get it all out there how I'm feeling. So I'm a few days ahead of you right now, whenever you're seeing this. So I've been resourceful with my resources. That's probably not how you should say that. You shouldn't use the root word in your bigger word. Been resourceful with apps like social media. I have big goals, I know that. And people might think they're unrealistic, and that is okay. But it is not your life. Wanting to control the narrative over that is control. And it doesn't make any sense to want to control a random 19-year-old on YouTube's life. Whether you think you're just giving advice, like there are people who give advice, and the root cause of what you're trying to say is either you're just not seeing the full picture, you're like seeing just clips or titles of my videos, and you're assuming a lot, or The fact that I've chosen targets is the opposite of drifting, and I've shown a willingness to work. So, people think I'm drifting, but drifting is aimless. So, I'm not aimless. I have had a plan since I'm 18 on what I want to do with my life. And I've had to fight being abandoned by my parents and living through hotels. That is not drifting. That is survival and direction. You don't see the daily grind, respectfully. That's the best way I can word it. Me every day, like what I'm doing to try and get myself to be in a position where I maintain stability and don't have anxiety about will I be able to afford a room tomorrow. Okay? None of this is luck. This is me trying my best. This is grit, is how he would describe it. Choices like leaving Boston were intentional, okay? I'm sorry that I went there, I guess, but I'm glad I did. I miss it, to be honest. I'm not like regretting it, like, oh, I should have stayed. I should have just tried it for a few more days. I'm glad things are the way that they are, and I'm really thankful and really grateful, and I really appreciate everything. Look it, this is me, Brayton Charles Whitty. Having a great day, feeling good. Hope everybody else is too. Kinda windy, didn't bring my mic out. Just want to end the video in a positive, good way. It's the next day since I filmed all that, I'm pretty sure. Got some hate comments. I'm not gonna call them out. I'm not even gonna take it apart or whatever. Look at me. Look at me. Like, are you kidding me? I'm listening to a song. I started laughing to myself. Like, this is just me. Just laughing in the moment like this. I'm just having a good time. Like, I don't need anybody. I don't know if that seems like a cry for help or something, but it's not. I don't need anybody. Look at me. Look at what I've done on my own. No girlfriend, no IRL friends, whatever you think is the truth. I know who I am. I feel comfortable with who I am, and I know not everybody in the world needs to understand my depth. Watching Good Will Hunting right now, I'm taking a break from it to go on this walk. First time watching it, which I'm sure a lot of older gentlemen in the comment section will be like, oh my god, I know that movie. And it's like, okay, I've seen it on TikTok and stuff, so like I know the premise. I mean, at first I thought it was always just like Matt Damon trying to make himself, like he and Ben Affleck wrote a movie where Matt Damon's a fucking genius and that's just like the whole thing. So, hey, look what I found on the ground. I just like started my walk and it found it. I don't know. Could be laced. Who knows? Who knows? It's gonna look so fucking sexy though. Whenever I use it. Anyways. Good Will Hunting. I'm not trying to have main character syndrome. It's just like, that's a relatable character. That's how I kind of feel in my life right now. I can draw a lot of parallels, like going to Boston. It just helped me realize, this is what I'm working through, that going to Boston, coming here, that was just me realizing that escaping I'm just not going to find fulfillment like that. And I'm looking for connection, and I'm deeply reflective and self-aware. So, I'm 19 years old, and I'm coming into this. I'm coming into my adulthood, right? You know what I mean? Call me a kid, call me a teenager, call me whatever. I'm an adult legally, and I'm not. I feel like one and all that. So, what does that have to do with anything? I guess it's just the first time in my life I'm beginning to trust a lot and build my own routine and have a lot of clarity and know that clarity itself is its own action taking place. So I just feel better. I just feel good. Like, I'm also learning how to take my worth and separate it from external acknowledgement. I don't know more to say. I just feel good. I feel great about myself. A lot of self-discovery happened over the past few months, which I'm very thankful for. Like, I'm glad things are the way that they are, and I really want to state that. Glad things are going good for me, and it'll just keep getting better, because I am who I am. Really smart and emotionally intelligent. And funny. I have no idea why, but the first part didn't record. So I said I'm halfway through the movie. It's my first time watching it. And I want to explain, I don't think that I am some like unloved kid who just needs like the opportunity in college and or I mean, like, if I just had the right opportunity, like, I would excel in college or something like that, like I'm a super genius. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that I take a lot of topics and I see a lot more depth in them than other people do. And for me, it's just normal. These big questions, like, what do I want? Why am I here? Why do I love? You know, people don't ask them until they're in situations where they have to be, like a breakup or losing housing, just something where their life loses a little bit of stability and they have to rethink some things. You know what I mean? Like, I go through these things because it is what I breathe as survival. But I don't like saying it like that. It's just how I am. So when I think about it, when I think about these super deep questions, it's like, what else would we talk about? And I guess everybody else doesn't feel that way. So for me, it is hard to relate because I don't feel understood all the time. That is what I mean by the parallels that I am drawing. So I just wanted to end it with saying that so you can fully kind of understand where I'm at. And if anybody wants to reflect on that in the comments, that helps boost the algorithm. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.